right now, what's biting Carleton is Josh White.
Josh White again, and this continues to confuse me that teams are allowing him to go to his left hand. He can wreak havoc going to his left. He gets in there and he makes plays going left. And it's not that he can't go to his right, but when he's going to his left, he's that much tougher. And Carleton's really got to force him the other way. You know, one premise of the Carleton defense that we've seen over the years under Dave Smart is force people to their weak hand. That's not a scenario that Carleton has used for success on that last possession.
The problem with these two teams, they didn't face each other this year, and some of the personnel they don't know too well. Josh White has been around long enough that the tendencies should be there for a lefty.
And they saw 2 games already from each other in this tournament.
Josh White, quick start, early 6 points for UBC. And they have a 10-point lead against the #1 team in the nation, the Carleton Ravens. Turnbull looked like he was caught, 10 on the clock. They'll get Racher for the reach.
You know, it touched on mental toughness for UBC. It's not only about the grinding. It's not only about being physical. It's about late in the shot clock. You've got Carleton on the ropes. You can't bail them out. You've got to stay disciplined defensively and just trust that your principles are going to get you through the possession.
4 10-minute quarters in the CIS play. We have 5:24 remaining in the first quarter. Rob Saunders getting into the paint, and they will call the charge on the 5th-year senior from Kingston.
Bryson Cool does a great job sliding in there to take the charge. Good help defense, hands straight up, establishes position, clears the basket area. Just a good defensive play by Bryson Cool.
Chris Dyck out there with Josh White, Bryson Cool, Kyle Watson, and Brett Malish is checked in. Short on the 3, battled 4 and 1. Like Chris Dyck, who can rebound, averaged 4.5 in the regular season. On the glass. Little breakdown, step back, sweep.
Nice crossover there on Aaron Dornenkamp by Chris Dyck. And you know, we talked about if you're a scorer, you've got to score the ball. But if it's not going in for you, how can you help your team? Gets on the glass, gives his team another possession.
Averaging 23 per game in the playoffs while shooting 53% from the floor, including 51% from 3. Kevin McCleary, excuse me, with the 2, and he was a real steadying force for Carleton yesterday.
He was, but although he scored down on the block, they didn't allow him to get to that jump hook, which he was so effective with last night.
Doran Clamp clears off the big miss. And you got to be mentally tough when the Ravens make their run. Inevitably, they do come. McCleary working on Cool, the kick out. Saunders, the trifecta. And we have a whistle. 2 players getting embroiled in a little pushing and shoving. Dornenkamp gets called, and Dave Smart doesn't like it one bit. We'll figure it all when we get back to Scotiabank Place. 3:46 remaining in the first quarter.
The Score's coverage of NCAA March Madness is presented to you by the King of Beers. Rule number 29. Where there's a will, there's a way. Number 11, be yourself. Number 60, nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Realize your world at the University of Regina.
Explore your world. Celebrate your world.
Enrich your world.
Inspire your world.
Welcome to the Score Studio. I'm Laura Dykin, and I'll be with you throughout the game. And March Madness starts on Thursday, so make sure you go to thescore.com/contests to fill out your bracket for the chance to win some great prizes. Now, back to Ottawa.
So Aaron Dornkamp whistled for his second foul with 3:46 left in the first quarter. And Coach Smart decides to leave him in.
It's do or die time, and you've got to trust that Aaron Dornkamp can stay out of foul trouble and just be smart about it while still trying to play aggressive basketball.
Fouled out in the semifinal against the Western Ontario Mustangs. We'll have to keep an eye on him and whether or not UBC attempts to attack. Dyck never stops attacking. He buries the triple off the screen.
Great job by Dyck, accepting where the defense was trying to force him and just elevate, knock down that shot.
People wondered if UBC could continue to score against a team defensively as solid as Carleton. Thus far, they have answered that.
Well, Josh White has been unbelievable, and now we're seeing Dyck step his game up. And the front line has been solid, but interesting defensive switch. Now Cole Holben guarding Josh White, a bit more size, so Josh White doesn't have all the angles to attack.
The best coaches make the in-game adjustment, sure.
No question.
Nice denial there from McCleary on the run. Turnbull, take it himself, can't get it to go, and Dyck actually put it back up into his own net, battling for that rebound.
Just can't turn the ball over if you're UBC in a situation where it's going to create numbers offensively for Carleton.
White with Holben on him now, and he's forced to retreat, sure.
Size.
6'6" is Cole Holben. Speaking of size, Bryson Poole, the big fella, no good. Turnbull with the Windex and the push. It's into the lane, a little dump off for McCleary. Gonna work hard against Watson. And he loves that baby hook.
He does, and UBC's guarding him the right way, trying to force him to go the other way, but he got to that hook that possession.
Watson for three. It'll stay out. Got a whistle on UBC, and Carleton will get possession. That's number 2 on Josh White. So 2 big keys to this game. Josh White and Aaron Dornkamp have to. Alex Murphy will check into the game in his 3rd year from Richmond, BC. He plays for St. George's High School, who happened to win the BC provincial title last night on a last-second shot to beat Vancouver College.
Well, hopefully he can bring some of that winning into this game for UBC. You know, when Josh White comes out of the game, that's a significant loss in terms of offensive pressure that they can put on Carleton. But now the responsibility falls on Dyck to step it up. I think the front line for UBC started quickly. They've got to get back to being aggressive offensively.
Alex Murphy, a team-first guy and a pass-first point guard. Dyck, a little push, got away with it. Murphy, nice look down low. Watson off the glass, no good. Tipped it back and good with the foul.
That's how you stick to it. The job isn't done. Stay in there, bang it out, battle it out. Kyle Watson getting it done, tipping it. He would not be denied. And as much as we talk about all the other players getting it done, the main guys, Dyck, Josh White stepping up. Those fringe guys, Matt Raychard, Kyle Watson, Bryson Poole, Brent Malish, those guys are going to have to step in and pick up some of the slack in order for UBC to have that complete performance that they will need to get the W here in this championship game.
Lane LeBranch, a senior from Edmonton, checking in along with a sophomore from Langley, number 13, Graham Back, who will step up to McCleary. Saunders in the lane. Murphy tried to draw the charge, and they get him for the block.